In this week's Talking About Orks, we're going over the Megatrakk Scrapjets. This unit contains one Megatrakk Scrapjet. It can include one additional or two additional, so up to three, and each model is equipped with a rocket cannon, two twin big shooters, wing missiles, and a nose drill. So it is movement 10 inches, so it's a little slower than other models. Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 5, strength 6, toughness 6. It's a little better than the others. Wounds 9, so it has the maximum number of wounds here. 4 attacks, 6 leadership, and a 4-up armor save. It has Irigo, Mob Rule, Daka, and Speed Mob. Speed Mob, of course, is that when you deploy the unit, they deploy at once, and then they act separately, similar to Dreadnoughts. So it's also really good for teleporter, obviously, because you can put a unit of 3 in a teleporter for 2 command points, and you got 3 separate units. So the rocket cannon is 24-inch, assault 2d3, strength 8, AP minus 3 damage flat. So it's a 2d3 rocket launcher, which is pretty good. Of course, twin big shooters, wing missiles, are basically a rocket launcher that adds 1 to hit rolls against vehicles and subtracts 1 against other targets. And the nose drill is a melee weapon, plus 2 strength, minus 2 AP, and d3 damage. So that puts it at strength 8, so it essentially gives it a power fist for all intents and purposes. Spiked Ram. Each time this model finishes a charge move, select an enemy unit within 1 inch of it and roll a d6. On a 4+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. It explodes, so everything within 3 inches suffers d3 mortal wounds. And Grot Gunner adds 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with one of this model's twin big shooters. So that means when you shoot the twin big shooters, you got to roll 6 of them at a 4+, and 6 of them at a 5+. Which isn't really a big deal, but it's just something to keep in mind. It very specifically says one of the twin big shooters. So, and then of course it is vehicle speed freaks, which means it can gain the benefit of the Cult of Speed, Village's Defiant detachment, and it can also use billowing smoke clouds, or whatever that is. The -1 to hit in shooting. Unfortunately, though, if you have a multi-unit of multiples, that's where the speed mob kind of hurts you, because you can only protect one of them with that. And this all comes in for a grand total of 100 points even, thanks to a recent drop in Chapter Approved. The Megatrakk Scrapjet is pretty much the best of the 4 new buggies. It has a pretty decent firepower, especially anti-vehicle firepower. It also has, in addition to the anti-vehicle firepower, you've got a nice selection of light infantry weapons. So you got 12 big shooter shots with decent ballistic skill, and you have all the rockets against vehicles. So you're obviously going to be split firing these weapons almost every time. You can find some nice squishy infantry units to fire the big shooters at, and shoot the rockets at some big nasty. And the best part is, this thing is actually pretty darn good in melee. Not only when it charges do you have the chance of doing mortal wounds, so multiple charges, and these can really stack up those mortal wounds. But its strength and AP and damage is comparable, as said, to a power fist. Not a power claw, because power claws are always going to be at least strength 10, but a power fist at strength 8. I've run these things a lot. I still run these things in almost every single game I play. They are fantastic, pure and simple. They are great anti-vehicle units. Again, you're still sitting on 5s, so there's a chance you're not going to do anything, but when you do get a couple good hits, you're going to take several wounds, mini wounds off a vehicle, all by itself. And for the low price that these things are, that's a pretty good bargain, because they're fast, and they have decent firepower, both anti-vehicle and infantry in one package. There's literally no complaints about this. The 10-point price drop it got in Chapter Approved really makes this an optimal unit. And the best part is, you can pretty much pair this with any clan you want. Evil Sons, of course, obviously it'll gain that 2 inches of movement, being speed freaks, and it'll be able to advance and still shoot at full effectiveness, because all its weapons are assault. Every single one of its weapons. There's no heavy weapons. They're all assault weapons. So this thing just loves Evil Sons. Obviously, it'll love Bad Moons, being able to reroll the 1s. It'll love Death Skulls, being able to reroll 1 hit. It doesn't have a whole lot of shots, so on average, it's going to have, what, five rocket shots on average. So Death Skulls is going to be pretty good. It's not going to be good for the wound, obviously, because they're all flat wounding. Until you get into melee, when you can reroll your damage roll for the D3. Even Goths, even exploding nose drill attacks from Goths, doesn't sound like a bad deal. And then you have what is it? Blood Axes, where it can fall back and still recharge. So that's not going to be a bad deal either. Just double check that. I haven't actually played Blood Axes yet. Yeah, so it can fall back. So if you're playing Blood Axes, they can fall back and either shoot or charge in the same turn. That's tremendous, if you ask me. That is a great use of these Scrapjets, because you do want to get these in melee. You want to shoot with them, and you want to get them in melee, both. So obviously, Freebooters did that +1 to hit on these things. So now the wingtips are shooting a vehicle on the 3+. You got one of the big shooters hitting on a 3+. Freebooters is great. So really, the only clan that doesn't really work with these things is Snakebites. So, because you know, the 6-up Film of Pain isn't that great, but anything else works really well with Megatrakk Scrapjet. So you can put these in any army you want and give decent anti-vehicle punch when you need it. And as said, in addition to that anti-vehicle punch, you still have 12 big shooter shots on top of that, half of which hit on 4+. So you're going to be able to plink out some infantry models with some pretty decent reliability, especially if you're playing squishy ones like Gene Stealer Cults with all their squishy infantry units and stuff like that. So Megatrakk Scrapjets have literally no downside. They are fantastic. They should be an almost auto-include in every single army you play, because I said they're fast at 10-inch movement. That's pretty good. They have great firepower. Putting them in teleporter, if you're worried about them shut off first turn, is a very viable option. You know, put a whole unit of 3 for 2 command points and 1 teleporter. And when they come down, they're going to be really good being able to shoot and then charge with those possibilities of the mortal wounds on top of it. So yeah, Megatrakk Scrapjets are fantastic. Pure and simple. They're well priced, very well priced, decent firepower, decent melee. They work with all clans. Again, there is nothing bad to say about them at all. So I'm sure you've run Megatrakk Scrapjets. They are very popular. I love them. I run them all the time. I'll probably never play without them again. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orcs. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.